Hello everyone. This is the first chapter from Flamingo, the last lesson. Brief introduction to the chapter. I tell you something about the chapter first, then we'll go through the detailed summary. Prussia was a powerful European empire. It consisted of Germany, Poland, and some parts of Austria. A war was going on between Prussian and French in the year 1871 to 72, in which France was defeated. Two major districts of France, namely Alsace and Lorraine, passed into the hands of Prussia. The lesson describes how the Prussian rule affected the life of people of Alsace. Actually, an order from Berlin has banned the teaching of French in the schools of Alsace and Lorraine. Instead, the German language would be taught there. This story describes the last lesson or the last day of such French teacher, Mr. M. Hamel. He was transferred and could no longer remain in his old school, which was his home for decades. Still, with utmost devotion and sincerity as ever, he gave last lesson to his students. The story depicts the pathos on the whole about how people feel in not learning their native language and losing a wonderful teacher like Mr. Hamel. One of his students, Franz, came to the school that day thinking that he would be punished as he had not learned his lesson on French participles. But he found Mr. Hamel dressed in Sunday clothes and all the old people of the village sitting at the back of his class. He later realized that it was due to the order from Berlin, which was on the bulletin board. Now, let's discuss detailed summary. I tell you the story. Franz started for school very late that morning. He was afraid of being scolded because Mr. Hamel was to question them on participles and he did not know the first word about them. He thought of running away and spending the day out of doors. The warm bright day, the chirping of birds, and the Prussian soldiers drilling in the open field back of the sawmill were tempting. But anyhow, he resisted the temptation and hurried off to school. There was a crowd in front of the bulletin board near the town hall. Watcher, the blacksmith, asked Franz not to go so fast. He assured the boy that he would get to his school in plenty of time. Usually, there was a great bustle when the school began, but that day everything was quiet morning. Through the window, Franz saw his classmates already in their places. Mr. Hamel walking up down with his terrible iron ruler under his arm. Franz opened the door and went in. He blushed and was frightened. But Mr. Hamel was very kind and asked him to go to his place. Franz noticed that the teacher had put on his beautiful green coat, his frilled shirt, and the little black silk cap. He wore these only on inspection and prize days. The village people were sitting quietly on the usually empty back benches. Everybody looked sad, and Hauser had brought an old primer. Mr. Hamel said it was the last lesson he would give them. Henceforth, only German was to be taught in the schools of Alzey and Lorient. The new master would come the next day. This was their last lesson of French. He wanted everybody to be very attentive. Franz felt sorry that he had not learned his lesson properly. The idea that Mr. Hamel was giving away made the narrator forget all about his ruler and how cranky he was. Now Franz understood why Mr. Hamel had put on his fine clothes and why the old men of villages were sitting there. They had come to thank the master for his 40 years faithful service and to show their respect for the country that was theirs no more. Mr. M. Hamel asked Franz to recite, but he stood there silent. The teacher did not scold him. He confessed that his parents and he himself were at fault. Then he talked of French language, the most beautiful language in the world, the clearest, the most logical. He asked them to guard it among them and never forget it. The language was the key to the prison. Then they had lesson in grammar and writing. Peasants scored very low on the roof. Franz thought if they would make even the peasants sing in German. All the while, Mr. Hamel was sitting motionless in his chair, gazing at one thing or the other. His sister was packing their trunks in the room, as they had to leave the country next day. After writing, they had a lesson in history. Then the babies chanted their Babi Baba. Even old Hauser was crying. All at once, church clock struck 12. Then the midday prayers. At the same moment, the trumpets of Prussian returning from drill sounded under the windows. Mr. Hamel stood up and he wanted to speak, but something choked him. Then he took a piece of chalk and wrote on the blackboard as large as he could, Vive la France. After this, he stopped and leaned his head against the wall. Without a word, he made a gesture with his hand to indicate that school was dismissed and they might go. Thus, the story ends. Thank you.